Hi everyone, I'm Andy from Stoke Chiro Spinal Health Centre, and today I'm going to talk to you about sciatica. It's one of the most common things that we see in practice, so we're seeing it every day. And it's something which is really quite painful and persistent, and therefore quite emotionally draining. Because it's pain that's being caused by nerves, typical painkillers don't really work that well for it, and the pain can often be quite intense. I just want to give you some reassurance that often the pain can be episodic, which means that it doesn't necessarily always last that long, and given the right care and guidance, you will heal. So what is sciatica? Sciatica isn't a very descriptive term. It doesn't tell you where the problem is coming from. And a little bit like headache can come for different reasons, sciatica can come for different reasons too. The sciatic nerve comes from the lower part of the back, and it travels all the way from the lower part of your back all the way down your leg to your toes. So when we've got a patient who's suffering from sciatica, we generally look to identify where any irritation is on the nerve and look to provide our patients with a thorough consultation and assessment to pinpoint the source of their problems. By far the most common cause of sciatica is an inflamed lumbar disc. I'm going to take you through some general advice and then 3 simple exercises which can help give you some relief. So the general advice, there are certain activities when we've got sciatica which can really stir it up and make it worse. Things like bending, twisting and lifting. If they're making your back and leg pain worse, then we'd advise that you rest and stop doing those type of activities. And particularly those activities that cause an increase in leg pain, we'd recommend that you stop those. The other thing that can be helpful is using an ice pack, but remember to use an ice pack on the lower part of the back where the source of the problem is, as opposed to using an ice pack on the leg where you're getting the pain. And lastly, we can find that there's an awful lot of benefit when patients are suffering from sciatica from avoiding sitting down for too long. When we sit, we put a lot of compression through the lower part of the back, and that can make it more painful. So I've got Kieran here with me today. Kieran's just demonstrating a lumbar decompression position. This is a fantastic position to help take the stress and strain off of the discs in the lower part of the back and help alleviate leg pain. So what we've got is we've got Kieran lying on his back, we've got the hips flexed, and we've got the knees flexed here and just resting on a chair. Being in this position for 5 to 10 minutes can really help to take the stress and strain off of lower back and leg pain, and just give you that window every day where you're not feeling some of that intense lower back and leg pain. Okay, so this is our second exercise. This is called the Sphinx. And in this position, if we can get you comfortably lying on your tummy, it's a really great one to help take some pressure off of the discs here in the lower part of the back and take some of the pain out of the leg. What we're going to do is we're going to do it in 3 parts. We're going to get Kieran to just pop up so he's on his elbows. That brings some extension through the lower part of the back. We can increase that by just lifting the head back. Great. And then we're going to ask Kieran just to pull forwards from his torso, leave his hips down there. And what that does is that gives some traction through the lower part of the back there. That's really kind on the discs in the lower part of the back. It can help take some pressure off. What we recommend with this exercise is we hold it for about 10 seconds. So we just relax like that. That's good. Leave it a few seconds to settle and for Kieran just to take a break, and then just bring back up, good, and pull forwards again. And that's a real great way of taking some strain off of the lower back. So our third exercise is called sciatic nerve flossing, and that is where we're able to move the sciatic nerve through a narrow space in the lower part of the back to take pressure and strain off of it. We do this by being in a seated position and moving the leg and the head in different positions. First thing we do is we sit up nice and tall. So we just get Kieran to sit up nice and tall here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to ask Kieran to just straighten the leg, but as he straightens his leg, we're going to get him to extend his head back at the same time. Once he's got to that point, if he's got no significant pain in the leg or the lower part of the back, he can then lift his toes slightly, so just bringing up just through there as well. Good, we're going to relax that down, drop that down, bring that head back. So again, another repetition, take the leg out, take the head back at the same time, extend and bring back. Good, lower down. And one more time, nice and slow and controlled. Great, and take that back down again for me. Typically, we'll tend to work with between 3 and 5 repetitions of that exercise, and just doing it nice and slow and controlled. Make sure you're doing it on the involved side, the side where you've been having the sciatica. If you're getting any significant lower back pain whilst you're doing this, it's too early for you and you shouldn't start that just yet. But a little discomfort in the leg with this is okay. So if you're finding that you're suffering and struggling with sciatica that just isn't getting better, then please give us a call here at Stoke Chiro Spinal Health Centre, where one of our chiropractors or osteopaths will be able to advise you and get you on the road to recovery.